Hello everyone, Trainer Matt here again with Life Center. I'm going to be showing you 5 everyday objects that you might be able to find in your own house that you can use to help with your strength training program. I know it's a lot harder to hit certain muscle groups when we don't have our equipment at the gym, so if you're looking for especially like back workouts, this will be a good video for you to watch. So let's get to it.
So as I've been saying before, one of the hardest exercises to perform is any back exercise while at home, just because the nature of it causes you to need to pull down or pull in this fashion against some sort of force. Like push-ups, we can always push against the ground, but for back stuff, we need something to kind of hang up. So what I have here is just a simple set of old sheets that I've tied together here. And I'm gonna hang, you could either hang it on, something in your basement, a beam in your basement, or what we have here is a tree that you could either find in your backyard or at, your local park of some sort. And move here, step up, throw this over real quick, and then voila, I have a makeshift TRX rope that I can use to either do some sort of pull-up exercise or just a regular rowing exercise as well. So what I'll show first, and what I usually like to do is, because we don't have handles, I'll just kind of wrap them around once to get a good firm hold on here. So if you just kind of come at a 45-degree angle, if you've ever used these before, you'll be pretty familiar with this. Rowing just like so, slowly controlling on the way back, pinching those shoulder blades at the top, control on the way down, and that's going to get more of your upper back. Now if we want to get our lats here to get that more like pull-up motion, what we can do is kind of either find a branch that's going to be more, get you at a more vertical position, or just at a lower angle rather than, more than like a 45-degree angle. So what I'm going to do is get up underneath here. And a good exercise you kind of do, especially if you can't do too much as far as pull-ups go with your own body weight, you kind of use your legs to kind of help. What I like to do is kind of keep my feet together here and just pulling up, kind of a little bit of an assisted pull up here. But if you try to let your arms do most of the work, your body will kind of just compensate and naturally fatigue your arms to what they can do, and your legs can kind of help out with the rest. And even for me, this is already kind of exhausting here, so it should be good enough for whatever you need at home.
All right, so the next setup we're gonna have is gonna be just a couple of chairs that you could find in your house, and then any sort of pole that you could find that's sturdy enough, like this metal push broom pole, or a yard tool that you might have, such as like a shovel. We just want them to be sturdy enough that can support enough of your weight. I wouldn't recommend using any sort of plastic broom handles. And what we're going to do is just attach these poles onto here like so. And this is going to allow us to do a back exercise if you don't have any option to hang some sort of rope from a high vantage point from our last exercise we did. And the way we're going to perform this is we're going to be getting underneath these chairs here, and you want the chairs as close as possible, as close that your arms will allow, just because that will put the least amount of stress on the chairs and the handles as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab these here, and the goal is going to be to pulling our body horizontally relative to our body itself. And again, I want to slowly release. The goal is to have our hands and our body underneath these poles as much as possible. We don't want to be pulling at an angle right here, because it can kind of be sliding around and pull off, and that could eventually become dangerous if you're not careful enough. So if doing those pull-ups straight off of the ground is going to be a little bit too hard for you, because the goal is to get our hands extended as fully as possible, if that's too hard, we can always throw down some cushions on the ground, which is going to kind of change our pivot point. Instead of the load being on our feet, it's going to be more on our hips as we're pulling through, and this should kind of help the stress a little bit more. So we still want our back to come all the way to the ground, but you can see as the weight's kind of resting more on my hips instead of my feet. And when I pull up here, it's just going to be a little bit easier on the way up. Those cushions are kind of helping me push up at the top and getting out of that starting point a little bit easier. Now again, this can be a potentially dangerous exercise if you're not, doing it correctly, you're not paying attention enough, and it can also, potentially damage your chairs if you're not paying attention, or you put too much stress, or the wood's a little bit too soft. So that's why I kind of went around and grabbed these towels here to kind of help alleviate that. I would say try to find some chairs that you don't care about as much if you want to perform this, and also if you have the option, have someone spotting you. So while someone's down there, you can easily have someone hold these spots in place here so that the pole won't wiggle around, and I would deem that a lot more safe for you to perform this. So our next objects that we're going to be using that we could make from home is going to be just grabbing a couple of tote bags and then filling them with just a bunch of cans, as you can see. That'll help give you the ability to create precise amount of weight for both tote bags that we're using. And obviously these will be used as a replacement for dumbbells or kettlebells. They can be used in substitution, for any exercises that do use dumbbells or kettlebells. So lots of variety that these can be used for. A couple of exercises that we can use them for specifically, like I showed in my last video. If we wanted to do some rows, again, I know back is going to be the hardest exercise for you guys to perform at home, so this is just one quick, easy way to perform it. Grabbing any chair you have, having that weight start down right here. Remember, we want our back nice and flat, and we're going to be just rowing our elbow up, pinching that shoulder blade in a horizontal fashion relative to our body. And then obviously we have our basic bicep curls. Again, anything you could do with the dumbbell, you could pretty much do with these. So curling up, controlling that weight on the way down, keeping our elbows tucked in place, just like so. If we want to do some shoulder presses here, we can kind of have that weight hanging off the back of our hands like we would like a kettlebell press. And then pressing up overhead. As you can see, I am way too tall for my basement, but you get the basic just there. And then for those of you who have a water cooler at home, you could use these giant water jugs. This will be a great way to add a lot of weight to do things for more like squat related things. If you need a little bit more weight than just a few cans that you could put in a tote bag, this will be a great option. So what I would do for this one would be something like a simple goblet squat. We're going to kind of brace that weight up here. You're pinching your shoulder blades back, locking those arms, keeping the upper body nice and tight. And when you go down to squat, again, we want to keep that upper body nice and upright the whole time while we're doing this. We don't want to be letting that weight pull us down as we're going down. We want to keep that body nice and upright, balancing that weight on our heels. We could use this object if we were going to do some crunches. A lot of people kind of like to use dumbbells or medicine balls to kind of press up against while they're crunching. So this would be another great alternative here. And then if you want to do some Russian twists, depending on how much water you want to put in here and how much your body can handle with the weight, you can kind of perform that same motion that we would do with a Russian twist. Grab on here, keeping that body nice and tight, rotating that torso. All right, so the final object we're going to be using is a set of stairs. A lot of people have this readily available at their home, their apartment complex, or wherever. So there's a lot that can be accomplished with this. One exercise we could do is a simple step up. This set of stairs gives you the option to kind of, choose how high you want to do it, how difficult you want to do it. The more difficult you want it to be, the higher you put your foot on the starting stair. With this, you want to, same principles apply with the squat. You want to keep that body nice and upright. Imagine that this starting foot up here is in the same position that you would be in a squatted position while standing on the ground here. So I want to keep my chest up, back nice and straight, stressing that hip flexion right here as opposed to my back. We're pressing on up, and for a little added flair, you kind of drive that knee on through. Coming down, bracing, driving that knee on through. And for a little added flair, want a little bit extra weight, we can use those makeshift kettlebells that we made. And same thing, you can keep that chest nice and upright, flexing at those hips there, pressing on through, driving that knee on up.
And then obviously we use steps for, stepping, using our legs, but it's also a great way to kind of customize the difficulty of a push-up if, doing it on the ground is a little bit too difficult for you. So, for instance, you can kind of choose how difficult you want it to be based on how high of a step you want to start your hands on. So, for these steps specifically, if I want to make it the easiest possibly I could, I'm going to start on this third step instead of down here. But same principles apply. We want to start our chest and our hands at that same starting position, kind of squeezing all of our muscles together, and then pushing off the ground using our chest muscles, not our shoulder muscles. We don't want to be landing with our neck at where our hands are. Always trying to land with that chest down right where our hands are at that ground point. Pushing up, controlling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. All right, that wraps up our video. Remember, that's 5 everyday household objects that you can use to easily incorporate into your strength training workouts while we're quarantined at home. Remember, the whole reason we are using these objects is so that we can put enough resistance on our muscles to help them fatigue at around 8 to 15 repetitions. That's going to help them break down, that's going to help them get stronger, and going to keep you healthy overall in the long run. A good complement to all of our HIIT and cardio classes that our wonderful instructors are putting on for you guys. So remember, we have plenty of objects in our house, no excuses, whether it's a bag of dog food or our steps, you can get it done. So get creative out there. See you guys next time.